Top five. Top five. Top five.
In 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hey guys, we are back. This is the Daily Chill for July 1st. Yes, July is here.
Bobby Bonilla Day. Bobby Bonilla Day.
I guess we're going to Bobby Bonilla Day first because Ronnie Vincent Mack brings the energy. And I guess we'll start with Bobby Bonilla Day because we don't have any Mets fans on here. So let's start. Bobby Bonilla gets $1.19 million annually until he is 72 years old. He gets paid till 2035. I have another stat. 65% of players in the MLB are making less than $1 million. So he's still making more than 66% of the people in the league. Obviously, Ronnie Mack just chimed in right away. We switched up the order of our topics. Ronnie Vincent Mack, tell me what's going on here.
Sorry, my voice sometimes is like explosive diarrhea. It just comes out and I ruin everything. I'm sorry. But no, I mean, it is, as a Yankee fan from the beginning, I mean, I'm wearing a special jersey for you today, actually.
Yeah, which one is it?
James, hold on one second. You'll actually enjoy this. This is an original. Hold on. It's going around.
Oh, but the name's on the back.
Number 19, Aaron Boone, back from 2003. And then after that year, everything crumbled. But let's get back on topic here with Bobby Bonilla. As a Yankee fan, you got to feel bad for the Mets every July 1st. It's just, it's unbelievable that they made this contract that he's going to get paid to 2035, and that's a $1.2 million payday, which is absolutely phenomenal for Bobby Bonilla's career and how much he did let the Mets down. We'll just leave it at that. But Pat McAfee put out a list of terrible contracts. I don't know if you guys saw that today.
Yes, yeah, I saw that. It was so funny. I didn't even know that all those existed.
Yeah, and it's absolutely ridiculous that they do exist. And maybe we can post it later on tonight on the sports show. But there are some, like, just a notable. Ken Griffey gets $3.6 million a year from 2009 to 2024 from the Reds. Max Scherzer gets $15 million a year from 2022 to 2028 from the Nationals. So it's like absolutely crazy that these guys have these deferred comps. That's my forum with that. I don't want to talk about that.
Albert Pujols getting $10 million a year for 10 years once he retires from the Angels.
It's crazy. It's crazy. If you look at that list, it's definitely something to bear.
All right.
I got a couple other fun facts. Something that I read today. If Bonilla had just taken $5 million straight up right away when he retired, in his last year, invested it in Amazon, he'd be a billionaire right now. If he threw that $5 million, that turns to a B real fast. But about 15 years ago in Irvington, New York, Bonilla, already retired, saw him drive his G-Wagon down to our local park, smoking a cigar. Guy seems like the happiest person on planet Earth.
He's got to be.
Him.
Yeah, absolutely. Imagine like waking up or January 1st every year, you say Happy New Year or whatever, and you have $1.2 million again. Like, you can do whatever you want for the rest of the time if you're making 1.2. Because listen, you want to bet $500,000 on a sporting event 1 year, you might be broke for a little bit, but you can still do it. Like, you're always going to find something, and banks are always going to let you invest because you are going to get that till 2035. Ice-T, I know you don't feel bad for Mets fans, though.
No, not at all. Especially, it is kind of funny, the Wilpons. I can only laugh at this because they're, extremely rich. I would feel bad if they were middle class, but they got ripped off. When they thought they were doing this contract, they thought they were getting 20% returns on their investments by a sleazeball pyramid scheme. We all know his name. But they weren't really making the money. So they thought they were making money off of all of this, when in turn they were actually being ripped off by Bernie Madoff himself.
Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, we can laugh at the Mets all we want. I don't know, bro. Do you have any thoughts on this whole catastrophe of a Bobby Bonilla thing?
I'm just I feel I don't know. I don't feel bad for Mets fans at all. I feel bad for the Mets for what they're paying this guy, and I feel like I really wouldn't have a problem if I was Bobby Bonilla myself. Like I would just be like, whatever, it's your loss. I'm getting money. I don't care.
You get $1.2 million a year. Let's say it's your first year, January 1st. What are you doing? Are you buying a house? Are you buying a car? What are you doing, Brody? What are you doing? I want to get into the mind of Will Broda today.
That's tough. That's a question I gotta like sleep on.
Okay, we'll sleep on it.
You know,
sleep on it.
I can right now. I would buy a new car for myself and my mom and my dad. So it just give it out, you know. I'm getting next year, so I'll buy 3 cars, and then I'm gonna have to sleep on it.
Okay.
Because I need
Ronnie
to
Mac, thoughts on that?
Well, first of all, James, I just want to put in there that the Mets, you know what the Mets stand for, correct? The Mets stand for my entire team sucks. So no matter what they do, they're always going to suck. And that's why I feel bad for Mets fans, because I went to college with a bunch of them, which was about, 12 or 13 years ago. I think it was, no, maybe 10. I don't know. I don't remember anymore. But there was a lot of Mets fans there, and they really are good, group of guys. But I always hated the Mets. It is what it is. The Jets also stand for just end their season. So that's for Paulie Walnuts down in Nevada over there, because the Jets are another story to talk about, but I'm not going to get into it.
Well, Icy's a Jets fan too.
Oh, I'm sorry, Icy.
Yeah, I don't have much of a like.
That's a ricochet shot. Shot.
No, that's not who I'm going after today. We all know who I'm going after today.
Oh!
This guy right here.
There it is.
Marcos, I'm a trader with many jerseys. It's gonna happen, James. There's gonna be a tag team match brewing in the sports chill world in maybe a couple weeks. It might even be a 4th of July bash, and an old school American sports chill bash. But we'll tune in for that.
Is there any news on a special guest referee?
We will discuss a special guest referee, but right now, I'm going for a Hell in a Cell because I want somebody's getting thrown off the cage. That's all I'm saying.
I think Icy would be an incredible special guest referee.
He looks like a referee.
Yeah,
he looks like a referee.
I mean,
One,
for sure.
2. No, he didn't. There we go.
He didn't.
You can get a Foot Locker shirt off eBay. Look at.
All right, Bobby Bonilla Day is crossed out. All right, so it's July 1st. That also means that baseball will be back this month. At least it's scheduled to be. I wanted to go over a few rule changes, see how you guys feel. First thing is the DH. Are you guys let's get a thumb up or thumb down on the DH decision. We got 1 thumb up, we got 1 thumb down, and we got 1 undecided.
Oh, we got Caesar in here? Jesus. Who's the undecided?
I'm gonna go up on the DH as well. I think the pitchers are soft nowadays. They're getting hurt. They're getting Tommy John surgery. That's me. I'd like to know, Icy, your thoughts on why you don't like the DH, but I'll throw it to you right there.
It's just one of those things that I just, like, growing up, I always got excited to see the pitcher hit. And I'm like, is this going to be the day Cologne hits a home run? It's like the same thing where you're kind of hoping that 2 kickers get hurt on your football team so that, like, someone else just goes out there and kicks. Or, like, the day that Jeter went into the stands against the Red Sox, I'm pretty sure Gary Sheffield had to come in and play the infield. I just live for those situations. I live for, who's Cordell Stewart? Who can jump out there and punt for my team if I need to? So I just love seeing anything crazy. Let me see the pitchers hit. Ohtani, give me hitting dingers. Everybody else, let's see what you got.
Well, if you like crazy, the next one rule change is going to be absolutely ridiculous because in extra innings, the runner is going to start on second base. That's wild. All right, I guess we're gonna get a thumbs up, thumbs down again. I'm gonna. Oh, I guess we got to do it. I'm going
this again.
Oh my God, Brody!
We're gonna
Berlin.
start calling Will Brody Little Caesar over there. Jesus.
Terrible pizza.
Because all right, I like the games. I like extra inning games because you never know when it's gonna end. And if it's in 18 innings, you want to see how far it can go. But also, I like the runner on second because then anything can happen. You know, like the most wild ending can happen. Like it'd be a little blooper that scores like somebody can 2 outs. You can drop the ball like the Castillo did against the Yankees.
I was there at that game. I was there. So I'll point out one thing before I get Brian and Ronnie's opinions on this. This is going to be huge for the sacrifice bunt. And I think that makes it bad for the New York Yankees. And that's why I'm going thumbs down. It's very progressive. And, there's only 60 games this year in a 162-game season. Do I care as much? Not really. But in 60 games, it's a little bit too wild for me. But I don't know. Brian, thoughts? Icy.
I just love change. I love anything that's exciting. I'm an offense guy. Offense beats good defense any day of the week. I've never really been much of a defender myself. Let's just run up the scores. Plus, baseball games, I love baseball. Love sitting in the bleachers, Section 238. But, I mean, extra innings can go on forever. We got to party after the game, you know? We got to do stuff after the game. So I'm fine with just speeding it up a little bit. Offense. Let's have more runs. Let's juice the balls. Let's get steroids back in. Let's cork a couple bats. Things rolling.
Ronnie Mack.
I'm kind of like, all right. So one name comes to my mind that will haunt my dreams for the rest of my life, and that's Dave Roberts.
I knew that was coming.
If we think back in time, James, and all you Yankee guys, you got a guy who's fast on base. And you drop down a little bunt, like you said, James, any way that could be thrown away, the guy scores, and that's it. So it's kind of like it all depends on what's actually written. What is actually written? Because all I saw was that was happening, but what's actually written in? Can they choose who's going to be on second base? How is that going to work?
So the last player who got out will be the designated guy on second base. So it's fair.
Can't you pinch run him?
That's the question.
No, you can't. I don't think you can pinch run the guy.
So if you got Gary,
wait. I think you might be able to, but then he's not in the game the rest of the time. It's going to be interesting, especially with you're going to get 30 guys to start the year, and then it's going to go down to 28, and then it's going to go down to 26. But I don't know. It's wild. It's wild out here. I feel like I'm in the safari with these rules, but all I know is as long as they don't do it during the playoffs, I don't care, and I don't think they are going to. And then the next one is the 3-batter rule. Thumbs up or thumbs down, guys?
Can you explain it? I don't know what that one is.
Yeah.
So the 3-batter rule is when a pitcher comes in, he must face 3 batters.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I hate it too. It gets rid of the lefty specialist. It gets rid of a lot of things. It's what they're trying to do right now is speed up the game, and I get it because the game is floundering right now. But that all sucks. I'm happy that we all agree on that one. Trade deadline is August 31st. I mean, we got a long time. You got a month and 8 days to figure out if your roster is gonna be contending for the World Series. And then the IL stipulations are 10 days, 45 days, and then they're doing like a special IL for COVID people. So keep an eye out on that. No New York Yankees. Every single Yankee reported they're all ready to go. They all want to play baseball. They know that championship 28 is right on the horizon, and I'm going to get jacked up every single game like my life depends on it because I bleed blue. All right. Last thoughts on any of that baseball being back. One last thing. One little last thing on MLB. Up, down. I think Ronnie Mac's going to hate this one. The MLB banned arguing calls this year.
Down on that. Absolutely 1,000 percentile down on that. That's taking away the excitement right there. I want to see Aaron Boone behind the plate again. I want to see him crouch behind the plate and show the strike zone. Unbelievable.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So did that. We did Bobby Bonilla, and then
hold on, James. Can I give a final thought on the baseball stuff?
Absolutely.
Listen, with what's going on right now, we all do different stuff for work, but they got to protect these players because you can't get to a point where you get kind of negligent and, he's got some symptoms. You got to shut these guys down right away because if it takes over a whole clubhouse, we're not going to see baseball. And the commissioner's office needs to find a way to control this from the beginning because we as fans, I know you, James, we're dying to see this. We are begging for it to come back, and we don't want it to go a month and then get shut down again. You know what I mean? So I'm just hoping that they have this set up properly and they have like the proper doctors to be, giving the commissioner the information.
Okay. All right. Good. No, that's good. That's very good to hear. And then, like you just said, it's a good transition. Adam Silver is still concerned about the restart, and he's saying he can't guarantee a finish, which is, it's definitely fair. I'm going to throw it over to our Knicks correspondent to get the first thoughts on this.
So I think every single person in the position of power, that includes President Trump, that includes Rob Manfred, that includes, superintendents, anyone that is in the position of power right now, CEOs.
James Randazzo,
take a chapter out of Adam Silver's book. Everyone is acting like they're the infectious disease doctors. They're not. Adam Silver is realistic. He's put a plan in place of how he thinks things are going to go, but he's not making false promises. He's comfortable enough in his position. He's well respected enough that he, doesn't have to impress his peers, and he can be 100% transparent with people and telling them he doesn't know what's going to happen with the virus. He has the plan put in place that they're going to play, but if something, comes out of left field and this thing takes off, he's being realistic that he's not going to play. And I think that players are reacting well to that because they understand that he has their best interest in mind. Obviously, he has money in mind, but he has their best interest in mind in the point that he's not making false promises. So that I think, obviously Manfred's your guy, but Silver is doing it as best as anyone can.
Well, Adam Silver has LeBron James. Rob Manfred doesn't have a LeBron James up his sleeve to tell people when to start and to when to stop. Just saying for a second.
He's got to manufacture.
I mean, also, like, if Rob Manfred was a commissioner of the NBA, he'd be doing a much better job because it's a lot easier to cheat in baseball than it is in basketball.
Ask the Houston Astros. Just ask the Houston Astros.
Ask the Houston Astros.
God.
Brody, what are your thoughts on the NBA restart? Are you a Knicks fan? Thoughts?
Nets fan.
Oh, wow.
Nets fan.
Wow. I forgot about this. So this means that you guys are going to be there, but you have a lot of players out. Thoughts on
DeAndre Jordan. Not happy about that. I'm not really like pushing it like I was with baseball. Like with baseball, I was just like, please God, like come back like now. But basketball, like I can wait because really I'm a Nets fan, but I'm not like watching every single game like in there like like I am with the Yankees. Like I'm watching them in the playoffs if they make it, but a few games here and there. But I'm really like I would just let him do his thing and make sure he gets it together right and makes it happen,
Yeah, for sure.
The Nets don't want to be there.
disappointed?
The Nets.
Go ahead, Icy.
I was just saying the Nets don't want to be there. There's so many people, they don't want to be there.
I don't think they. I really don't think they do. Kyrie Irving is a joke. And people forget last year, who was the guy who had Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant to the Nets 24 hours before Woj? Was this guy right here, because I knew a guy who knew a guy. So when it comes to the Nets, I know a few people inside here, but still my heart dies and bleeds for the New York Knickerbockers. Ronnie Mack, what are your thoughts on this basketball restart?
Well, I'm going to go on a different angle here. I'm a Floridian. I lived in Florida for a couple of years when I was younger. We travel there every year. My family's a big Disney group. We go to Disney a lot. Here's the thing, and this is what a lot of people are kind of not paying attention to. The bubble and everything's great, and this is why Adam Silver is doing what he's doing, which honestly I think is very smart for any of the commissioners to be doing. I agree with Icy 100% that he's being very careful with his words and how he's saying things, et cetera, et cetera. But Florida right now is absolutely getting destroyed by this. And if that park opens, that Disney park down the street from all these places that they're staying, and a ton of people are going to be showing up there. I mean, people are going to show up to this bubble and try to see the players, and are the players going to follow the curfews and all of this stuff? Stephen A. Smith had a very interesting take this past week about how the players aren't going to be able to go without the whoopee for all that time, which, I mean, we kind of can understand that. But are these guys going to follow what the NBA has? Because it only takes one, and you bring it back, it's going to just circulate in the whole freaking place.
James Harden will not be following the guidelines. Sorry.
No, he will not.
No,
he
it's
will.
fine. So honestly, Adam Silver said he's going to this is the only fault I heard him say. He said he's going to be in the bubble and then out of the bubble, which I don't like to hear at all from the commissioner of basketball. But Adam Silver doesn't do anything wrong, because Adam Silver knows how to control his audience, and he's doing a really good job at it. I think we're done talking sports today. Let's get into the top 5 or the top 3.
Top five.
We're doing top beach activities. And Ronnie Mack was very confused with this. Marco is a trader. Yes, it's very good.
It needs to be a couple more times. It just has to be up there a couple more times. God damn it.
Let me one of your picks. Icy is starting off. Icy, I know you're ready for this one.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably the easiest pick of my entire life. I've compared some of my old picks to, to Zion, to, some of the other great number 1 picks. This is equivalent to the LaMelo Ball of this year, who's going to be going first overall to the Knicks. With the first pick in the beach activity draft, the New York Ices are going to go with having a catch. There's nothing more American than having a catch.
Wow.
Nothing. Baseball,
All right.
football, anything. Sling it. I got an arm. People don't know I can throw a football 50 yards.
Can you?
We're going to have to do a video when this
Can you?
I'll go out to a field. I'll sling it 50 yards, college football.
I believe you. See, I believe you. Not unlike you, when I tell you I can do 50 push-ups, and you tell me that I can't. The back's hurting right now, so I probably can't right now. Good pick. Good pick. There's nothing better than a baseball catch or football. I mean, I guess you're going with what? Football catch?
Oh, yeah. I'm slinging the pigskin.
Okay. All right. I took it a little into the water. I'm going with my first pick. I'm going with jet skiing. It's a beach activity. We didn't specify where. You're in the Atlantis. You see a guy, you say $50 for the hour. You get him over. So I'm going with jet ski, my number 1 pick.
Wow.
I like it.
Brody, you're up.
Okay. First overall pick, definitely spike ball. If you guys haven't played that, especially on the sand, you can dive, do anything you want. It doesn't hurt. It's awesome.
I agree. I like that.
Big cardio game.
Mm-hmm.
Ronnie Mack, over to you.
Yep, the production says me. I can't believe nobody took this. And honestly, maybe I'm just, I don't know, people watching. I think people watching is one of
I
the
had
best
that on my
beach
list.
activities that there is. Honestly, unbelievable.
You get 2.
Also, I'm surprised nobody took this as well. Having a nice cold brewski while hydrating, but having a nice cold brewski.
All right, fair.
Cross that off.
Back to Will.
So I'm going with having a catch, but it has to be in the waves, and you throw it and you just throw it in the waves, and you have to catch it, and you know what I'm talking about,
So like tennis ball.
Diving.
Tennis ball.
Tennis. It could be anything: tennis ball, football, one of those bouncy water ball things, anything.
We may have to go to the production for that one. Is that legal? Is that a legal pick there? Producer Luke, come in.
Yeah, this is producer Luke here. The producers right now, we're all having a look at this one, but we're going to allow this as differentiated from a catch.
Wow.
All right. I think it's my turn now, and I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna take my talents to South Beach, and I'm gonna be going with the banana boat. I was in Aruba last year.
Good
and
times.
I met these girls, and I went on a bachelorette party with 12 girls for 72 hours. Shout out to the Aruba girls. They threw me onto the banana boat. I fell in love with all of them. So shout out to them. I'm going with banana boat as my second pick.
Shout out LeBron. Shout out the banana boat crew. So back to me. So I have 2 that to round out my top. And Coach, I think you're going to identify with this one. And I think you're going to be kicking yourself over this one when I say this right now. We're going to go with eating a sandwich, but not any sandwich. Italian combo, no lettuce.
Wow.
No
lettuce.
Have to have the lettuce.
No
You have to have
lettuce.
the lettuce.
No lettuce.
Wow, lettuce on everything.
That's pretty impressive right there. That is outstanding.
And then with my final pick, there's nothing. Obviously, I'm surprised it didn't go, but taking a leak in the ocean. When you get in there and you just take a leak. It's an incredible.
Yeah, it's true.
Being in the water. There's nothing more natural. One with nature. Taking a leak in the ocean.
I mean, I have to float. I kind of feel weird. You have to float kind of like this. Shoot, it's back over to me. And I usually wouldn't do this. I don't do this, and I don't recommend it to anybody else. But sometimes you just got to go to the beach, and sometimes you just have to light one up. So I'm going with a joint ski for my 3rd overall pick. And if any kids are out there, that is tobacco, Ronnie Mac, in the joint ski.
What time is that at? What time is that going down?
Preferably 4:20.
Sunset.
Yeah. Realistically, yes. Sunset, after dark. You ever taken? You can get cute. You can go there with. You know what? Honestly, I'm going to say the pick, an honorable mention for afterwards. But I'm thinking right now, I have a better pick in mind. But joint ski is going to be the official pick over to Brody.
All right.
We may have to go to the legal department on that, James. Producer Luke, can you please come in for that before Brody picks?
Yeah, we're checking all the legal documents at the moment. Seems we might have to change the settings on the YouTube and on the podcast tonight, but I think we should be able to put that out there.
10 point. Over to you, Will.
All right. So maybe you guys don't agree with this, but going I don't know what the word is, the right word, but seashell picking.
Okay.
Hunting.
Wow, you must be a romantic, Brody. Definitely.
It's cool. It's cool. You can find crazy shit, starfish. I found a starfish once. Sand dollars, those little circles, live shit, fish and stuff, crabs. Ooh.
I'm with it. I'm down to give it a try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you see crazy shit too. Like I saw like rays, like stingrays, and like, ooh. Mm-hmm.
All right. Searching for creatures. I like that pick. Ronnie Mac, what are your thoughts? You're looking for something.
Yeah, I was looking for something around here. I have a huge conch shell that I actually found. So I was going to show you, Will.
Cool.
But I go to Sanibel Island in Florida every year, and they're known to be the seashell capital of the world. Look it up. But I like that pick. My final pick is, first of all, I got to throw in before I make this pick. Marco is a trader, and he's going to get what he's got coming. Astros and Red Sox back-to-back daily chills doesn't work. Just going to put that out there. I'm going to go with something that may shock people because I am 6'1". Skimboarding. It's not easy for a tall dude to do a skimboard, but I do enjoy it. I have a really good skimboard as well. But I also need to put an honorable mention in there for fishing because fishing on the shore is phenomenal as well.
Fishing, sandcastles, if you're into that stuff, searching for stuff. I agreed with because your crab searching in the rocks. For flexible young spry people. Not me. I have a pillow behind my back just to be able to do this today. So
God bless.
And yeah, and then I want to throw an honorable mention there, like maybe just taking a girl to the beach. I know that's it. Like, oh, the walk is so good, especially
the Jersey Shore post Osprey walk on the beach.
Wow,
Absolutely.
Icy can teach us a lot about that, I'm sure. Final thoughts from today's show, starting with Icy.
One thing, just an honorable mention, was taking a good beach nap. Beach nap is great.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
An amazing feeling.
Yes.
Just want to say overall, excited to get sports back. We're really building up towards it. I liked everybody's opinions today, and I'm sticking with my guy Adam Silver, and I'm just excited for basketball to come back. Obviously baseball, but basketball is my bread and butter. We're going to get back there. Something crazy is going to happen in the bubble. It's a reality show. NBA is a reality show. Just be ready.
Roddy Mack.
First and foremost, Marco is still a trader.
Show me the sign. Show the sign.
I'll show the sign right now. Jesus, hold on. Put that prop away, but there he is.
Marco is a trader.
But still tune into Wrestling Chill. We still work together, and we put out some good stuff. However, like I said, the Hell in the Cell tag team match is coming up. Paulie Walnuts over down in Nevada. We got the Karate Kid. Actually, what did I call Paul? Make a bet. No, throw your bet in, Paul. You got Karate Kid. You got Marco. I change a team every freaking podcast. And then you got me, the Mac Attack. So we all got to say this. Everybody's got to stay healthy. We want sports to come back. We want it to work. Everybody on the Sports Chill team, we all respect and love each other. And everybody just needs to wear a mask. Stay home as much as you can. Go out and enjoy yourself, but don't do anything crazy. And go for a walk on the beach. There's nothing better than that.
All right, Brody, final thought.
Thank God baseball is back, first and foremost. And honorable mention for the beach, paddleboarding. If you've never tried that, when you stand up and like especially in the ocean, like go past the waves where like they just start forming, it's like, it's fun.
Yeah, I actually saw somebody on the lake paddleboarding every day. It's just like 50-year-old dude jacked out of his mind. Paddleboard. It's great for the core. So I agree with that one. And then no one even just said regular swimming. So shout out to the losers who like swimming. And that's going to be it for the show. Thank you all. TheSportsShow.com. Fire. Fire. Fire.
Yeah.